Facebook or Periscope. Especially those of you on Periscope, really appreciate you. I'm going to give away this hulking mass of virtual reality right there. I don't know if you could see that very well. Let's see if we can pull that into the picture. Yeah, you can probably see it better on the front one, so let's pull that up. I'm going to give away that Oculus Rift. It was sent to me. I have no use for it. I don't even have a computer that can run an Oculus Rift, so I'm going to give it away. And so leave a comment, share the post on Twitter with my ID or whatever, at Rob Booker. If you're on Facebook, say hello, say where you're from. If you're on YouTube, hello, how are you? My name is Rob, happy to be here. And today we're going to backtest some long-term charts. I'm going to see which currency pair is the king of 2018 on the long-term charts. So in order to do that, I need to do a little picture-in-picture action here. Let's see if I can make this work. And I think I did make this work. And that's not really what I wanted. Let's see here if I can pull this back up and move the picture-in-picture. Oh, seriously? So if you're just joining now, love to hear a comment. Welcome to the program. We're going to backtest 3 different currency pairs at least, maybe 4. Maybe we'll do 4. We're going to test the dollar, yen, the euro, US dollar, the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, and the Australian dollar, US dollar. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the long-term, I'm going to call it long-term because we don't usually use the robot on short-term charts, on long-term charts at all. We're going to do 1-hour charts. And we're going to do a bigger target on trade 2. We're going to backtest this. My friend Scott and I were talking about this with the rest of the crew. And we're talking about using bigger profit targets on our trades. And so we want to try and give that a shot. We're going to try to use a bigger profit target. So here I am. I'm going to jump into the Finch properties. We're going to backtest the Finch robot. I say, since there's no danger of us losing a significant amount of money, let's just go with a larger trade size. 1 mini lot on trade 1, 0.3 mini lots on trade 2. And we'll go with the standard $13, 13 pip profit target. And then let's go for, I don't know, instead of 13 pips on, if it opens 2 trades, let's go for a profit target of like 13 times 5, I don't know, like 65 bucks? Yeah. Let's go for 65 pips or $65 if we open up a second trade. And we're going to backtest 4 currency pairs in 2018, and we're going to see which one goes better. For those of you interested in long-term charts, I think this is interesting. And then for those of you that have been interested in backtesting and experimenting with bigger profit targets on trade 2, I think this is interesting as well. So leave a comment below if you've done any testing like this. Let me know where you're from. Say hello. Once again, if you're just joining now, I'm going to give away, sometime this week, I'm going to give away this Oculus Rift just because I have no use for it and I think it might be fun. You got to have a virtual ready Windows computer in order to use it. So if you have like a dumpy old computer, it's not going to work. Don't bother. Okay, let's just start this backtesting. So I'm going to test 4 currency pairs. I'm testing out and experimenting with larger profit targets on the second trade. So the Finch, obviously, for all of you already know this, can take 2 trades. Trade 1 is always a small trade size, and trade 2 is generally 3 times larger. And let's see how this is doing. We're going to see what the king of the long-term charts is in 2018. This is the euro dollar. Boom shakalaka, boom shish boom bam. That is that is not a good, oh, it's not done yet. I was like, wait a minute, that's not a very good result. That's not good. Oh snap. It had a bad juju at the end there. So this is when you know your profit target's too big, is when it can't close the final trades. The final countdown. Sad face. So at the end of your backtesting, sometimes there will be a drop off. And that means that at the very end of the backtesting, it had to close all the trades no matter what. So that's dumb. So we're going to change the profit target on that. That profit target, we got to get these trades closed. Let's just change it down back to 50. I mean, that's what I was going to test in the first place. I don't know why I didn't stick with that. I don't know why I didn't stay with that. You give the Finch robot enough time, and generally speaking, it closes out trades just fine if you give it enough time. But you got to give it time. And when backtesting, obviously, it's got to close trades at the end of the backtest. Okay, there we go. There we go. Much better. Smaller profit target, closed all the trades. 572 pips, that's not bad. Drawdown was about 500 pips. 5% drawdown, 5% gain. That's not bad. That's not bad. So let's go ahead and do 5 and 5. Right? 500 and 500. So for pips on the euro US dollar, we'll go. So here, I'm going to show you this again. Here's the completed test. Nice equity curve, sloping upward. Way to go, Finch robot. We reduced the profit target and then we increased our performance. How do you like that? I like that a lot. I like it a ton. Very nice. And let's log this performance inside of our little sheet. I would usually write this out with my Apple Pencil, but my iPad's not recognizing my Apple Pencil right now. And for those of you wondering, I'm doing all this backtesting on a virtual private server and accessing that through my iPad and broadcasting my iPad's screen. So it's like, what else do I have in my bag of tricks? Hey, just a shout out. My wife's not watching this. She could care less about backtesting, but I just want to say thank you to my wife. She basically took care of me and the whole family last week. It was unbelievable. Like, I had a fever. Most of you already know this. I had a fever for like 7 days straight. Fried my brain. I didn't have much of a brain left to be fried. Next, let's backtest the US dollar, Japanese yen. We'll keep all the settings exactly the same. So we're going to test 2018 from January to the present, and we're going to click Start, and we're going to let this thing run. Who knows how this is going to do? I have no idea how this is going to do. I was thinking about this earlier today, but I thought we'd all have more fun if I just kind of backtested this in real time and had no idea how this was going to go. Oh, okay, there's the graph. Looking good, looking good. Not looking as good. $367 with a 420. So 367 pips. So this is not going to be the winner. We'll go up here and we'll adjust this. 367 with a 420 drawdown. I am kind of interested to see what happens if I increase the profit target on the yen. Since the yen is, you know, like, it can tend to trend. Let's just go for 100 pips on if it opens trade 2. I mean, why not? Why not take a minute here and just see if we can juice those gains. If you're just joining us now, I'm Rob Booker. Hey, we're doing some backtesting on the Finch robot. We're testing longer term charts with a bigger profit target. I like this testing with the bigger profit target. I really like trying this out. Oh, now that did better. Look at this. You can't see it really great, so I'll write it on the screen here. So this did much better. 516 pips with a drawdown of 420 again. So when you trade the yen pairs on these robots, I think you can have a bigger profit target on trade number 2. I think that absolutely can work out just fine because they tend to trend. Okay, but we gotta go back to our $50 profit target and see which currency pair is the king or queen of 2018. Let's test the Australian dollar, US dollar next. It's kind of similar to the euro US dollar, but not similar enough. When I trade a discretionary account, and I haven't taken a lot of discretionary trades in the summer because summer months are terrible, I like the Australian dollar. I like trading the Australian dollar. This one's terrible. This round is look at this, 227 with a huge drawdown of 945. Look at this. So this only made 227 pippers, but it had a drawdown of 945. I almost don't even want to log these results. 227,945. The Australian dollar just got crushed. So 227. I mean, it still made money, right? And I mean, that's obviously kind of important. Okay, and now we're going to do the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. And I actually have a feeling that this is going to be the best one. Every single time I say that. Every single time I say that, it's totally not the case at all. It's just the worst ever. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. So my modeling quality is like basically 100% because I'm using the Tick Data Manager. For those of you not familiar with what that is, that's high quality data downloaded and sent into the back tester so that our results are reasonably awesome. All right, that's looking pretty good. That equity curve is looking pretty great, but it's stalled. That's not good. Wah, wah, wah. That is not good. Not bueno. That is no good. That is a fail. So the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar doesn't want larger profit targets on second trades. And the reason is the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar isn't going to trend. The Australian dollar, Canadian dollar is going to do this. So it doesn't want those larger profit targets. So that's the worst one. And the king of all of these so far is the euro US dollar. So that's so far, you can't see this. I realize now that this has been blocking the screen the whole time. So let me just put this up here. So here are our results. Not blocked. I'm not even gonna grace the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. I'm gonna just delete it completely because its results were so bad. The euro US dollar was the clear winner, which is interesting. I would not have expected that. More and more, I'm seeing that the euro US dollar is suitable for Finch trading. I'm also going to test the Canadian dollar Swiss franc, which I just downloaded that data. So I'll switch over to that, and then I'll make sure that I bring the screen up again. We'll go picture in picture here, and there we go. So I'm going to, probably move this. Oh, come on, picture in picture. There we go. Bring that down there. Okay, let's see if we can find the Canadian dollar Schweizer franc. Where are you? Canadian dollar, and that's the US dollar Swiss franc. We don't want that one. We want the Canadian dollar Swiss franc. Let's see how this one tests. I would imagine also that this one isn't going to test well with a larger profit target on trade too. But you never know. And there's been a lot of, so I do these webinars in the morning with our robots group of 500 traders, all trading the same robot, starting in September at the same time. And we do a lot of conversation about these larger profit targets. Oh, look at that. That was pretty nice. That wasn't bad. It's not bad at all. The reason that we experiment with these larger profit targets is that I'm closing robot trades every single day. Just every day I wake up, or a robot closes the robot trades. So a robot's taking the trades, and then a robot's closing the trades. I might as well run a robot to run me running the robots. But with a larger profit target on trade two, Joel is the one that started all of this. Joel, you're the greatest ever. And Joel started this whole thought that by having a larger profit target on trade two, when you do get into a second trade, you might as well make it worth it. You might as well get paid for the trouble of having gotten into a trade too. Okay, next of all, I can't see any comments today because I'm running all this by myself. It'd be great if I could see comments. I wouldn't even know where to look for any of the comments. I mean, supposedly there's this website where I can see all the comments, but I don't really think that website, I don't really think that I can see them. Would any of you even be remotely interested in me doing some live YouTube, maybe even on Twitch, but that's mostly for video games? Would any of you even remotely be interested if I pulled up like the short-term charts and did a bunch of live trading, real account, like live. And I don't know if you're interested in that at all. And if you are, I would be absolutely thrilled, like, to know if you would like to, if you would watch that, or if you'd be interested in that. Oh, look at that. The chat's ready to display messages. I don't know if this is really even going to work. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. What we have is, I don't really think that this is, I don't really think that's working, but I'm actually pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about this idea. And the reason is, I kind of catch, you know, now that the summer's over and the markets are going to get more interesting, I kind of feel this bug, like, what if I were trading off like the tick charts and taking, like, I don't know, 50 trades. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be for the purpose of making a whole bunch of money, because I think short-term trading can be really difficult to end profitably every day. But what if we did something like that and the goal were to learn a lot from that? And we do like a show, like I would stream it for, like, I don't know, like hours. And we could have a conversation. Yosu says yes. Rick says yes. Ivan says yeah, stream it. Love your trading style. Look at them. Interested to see how it works specifically short term. All right. Well, maybe we might do something like this. Might do it all, and I don't know. Might try to find a sponsor or whatever else. I love the heck out of all of you. Ivan, thanks for all you do. I don't say thank you enough. Been thinking a lot about gratitude lately. Ivan, you've referred friends. You've been a great friend to all of our other members. Just want to say thank you, Ivan. You're fantastic. You're absolutely great. Steve's here, Alejandra's here, Daniel's here. Wow, these are all great YouTube comments. I don't know if we went live on Facebook or not. The whole streaming software has this new connection into Facebook, and it broke last time, and maybe it worked today, but hopefully we're on Periscope, and hopefully if you're here on Periscope, I want to say hello. Love you all. This longer term testing, I'm really liking the idea of experimenting with this bigger profit target. And if any of you are also interested, you can hit me up in the chat room. You can say hello in the comments. Maybe for the first time in a long time, I'm gonna read through all these comments on YouTube, and I love the heck out of all of you. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you later. I'm Rob Booker. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel on YouTube here. Love to hit 12,100, I don't know, 12,200, 13,000 subscribers. I'd love to hit a bunch of subscribers. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. And maybe I'll hit you up tomorrow. We'll do this again. Later, everybody. Bye for now.